2, 1.
Okay, so my ideas are basically, I think, both inspired by this theory, impression management, which is Goffman's theory. Basically, what it means is that people act in different ways, like in different. So, for example, I would act different to a teacher than I would to like my mum at home. It's like front stage and backstage acting, and how people interpret you in different ways. Basically, that's what the theory is inspired by. So, my voice. So basically, the idea one is about myself and like teenagers, linking it with social media. How there's lots of pressure behind social media. So everybody says you should become somebody, but who and what do they expect you to become? So who am I? So I mean, I'm into motorsport, TT, Formula One. I do YouTube. So different people see me in different ways. Some family member, friend, or some people might see me online perhaps. So what I'm going for in this video is a voiceover of internal conflict. So and people feel different in many ways. So for me, that would be for having Asperger's syndrome, with being neurodivergent. So I mean, it could be different for anyone, but for me, this is what I'm going for. Reflecting on the conflicts, what it's like, and a feeling of confusion of what you need to be in the world. So the plan is that I shall walk through everyday life feeling ignored. And the way I want to represent this is sort of mirrors, reflections, phone screens to show the different versions of myself, which are obviously linked to Goffman's theory again. So so the social media pressure and expectations that are shown visually. And the ending message that you don't need to become somebody to matter, essentially. So the visual style will include fast montage editing, so lots of cuts in one, and then close-ups as well to get a maximum intensity, I guess, as I walk through daily life. You get the expressions. Sound and design, I guess, mixing racing sounds, combining interest in like the motorsports, but also my mind kind of racing quite fast as well. Okay. So the target audience I'll be going for is obviously young people aged 15 to 20 who could relate to me by questioning their place in society, and also the pressures of, I guess, social media, as well as real life. So this is my second idea, so I'll just explain quickly. This basically is my great uncle. He also has autism. However, he lives in a care home, so I guess some people in society might look at my great uncle and think that he maybe can't do some stuff which he actually can. So my idea for next slide. So my idea for this is to basically look back at all the things he's actually done in his life until today. So the film would open in a quiet environment of his residential home, which in Andrews. So using still intimate shots to present his current life, the audience encouraged to form an initial assumption about who he is, which is obviously an autistic old man in a care home. Subtle visual cues, so photographs of past book travel souvenirs begin to appear. Sound design gradually introduces movement and distance, hinting at a different past. So obviously this will show him travelling, and it will contrast the sort of stereotypes around people with maybe slightly lower functioning autism, as they can't travel or can't do that, but actually, in fact, we can reframe it and see what he's actually done back in the past. So the visual style, so the colour and movement will present day scenes using cooler and softer tones, using static camera shots to reflect stillness, while travel memories will appear warmer and richer, with gentle movement and slow dissolves to create contrast. So I went for a poetic sound design, including ambient care home noise, blending into airport announcement, waves and city sounds, which will smoothly bridge time periods and connect past and present. So target audience for this will be, again, 16 to 25-year-olds, and particularly students in media, sociology or health and social care. This age group is likely to engage with themes of identity and representation and may actually challenge our assumptions about autism and residential living. Also, maybe families of autistic individuals, care workers and viewers are interested in character-led documentaries. So the film aims to encourage empathy and shift perceptions about what it means to actually be somebody. Okay, so thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Thanks.
Anybody?
Right. Lucian.
I'm saying a lot. So first thing is like the actual distribution, because you mentioned you're going to do like a film or like something audio, but I'm not sure like how you're going to actually get it out there in the first place.
Oh yeah, so I should have mentioned. Yeah, that's.
Just for idea one, yeah.
Yeah, both of them, I would say. Yeah, so it would be like a documentary sort of, or short documentary sort of style of video. I'll probably put it on YouTube.
Okay.
I just realised that. Yeah. Yeah.
What inspired your concept?
Both of your ideas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I looked at somebody, and then I guess you think, what do people? You know, when you're gonna be somebody, I guess people think you're this and you're that. I think, how can you actually change it, like contrast it or subvert? So I thought. For some reason I just thought of my great uncle, you know.
Anything else? Connor,
Yeah.
I really love both the ideas.
Yeah.
I think they're really strong. I think you delivered it really well.
Thank you.
I think you've structured it. I do think you've had a little bit of support. I don't know if you've
Oh
been
no,
online.
my mum did whack up the theory. She was like, "You should use this," because I was.
No, I'm not talking about that. I think that
Yeah.
did you use anything else that would be online to help you?
Not really, well.
No? Okay.
No.
I just thought it was really clean. The
Yeah.
second idea for me was really clean. More.
Yeah.
It seemed to come to you more easily for the second idea than your own idea. You know,
Yeah.
when we've used the theme somebody, is to move it away from ourselves. The reason for that is an experience. Whenever we ever give students the chance to do an FNP, they tend to do it about themselves, which is idea one.
Yeah.
And it's not that you can't do that, it just becomes quite difficult to really understand yourself. When you try to look at yourself, it can be quite subconsciously we think we know what we're going to do, but then when it actually comes to it, it's hard to really, because honestly what you're doing is you're wearing your heart on your sleeve on idea one.
Harder than I thought, I think.
Yeah, so it's tricky. It could be really powerful. I think both of the ideas could be quite powerful. Idea one though, are they both the same? Are they both a documentary film?
Well, yeah, kind of similar, but like, I guess almost it would be more like the one with my great uncle would be more like a documentary, whereas the one with me would be more like I just say not like a film. So it'd be like me filming me. Non-fiction and fiction, basically. That would be the difference.
I would say they're both documentaries, just how you go about them.
Yeah.
You didn't mention the length.
No.
You didn't mention any research or existing products that would give us an idea about those. That's a problem because we don't have a really clear idea about what it is you intend to portray in that a certain amount of time. I think both of them are going to be quite challenging. I do think the content for your second idea is going to be a bit easier to come by. Have you spoken to your great uncle about this?
Not yet. However, I'm confident that he probably would be okay. You know, but
Okay.
we'll see. I mean, there's low chance.
In your head, are you thinking it was idea one that you were wanting to go with?
No, I was kind of split, to be honest. There's pros and cons, isn't there?
Yeah. I think when you do it about somebody,
Yeah.
it tends to be easier because you then have somebody to bounce off of. If you're just doing it about you, you might struggle to pull stuff together for that.
Yeah, so I guess maybe idea two does make a bit more sense.
What's your thoughts about the ideas? Anybody got anything they want to add?
I really like the second idea.
I know it's early and I don't want to just go into that, but hands up for idea one where Connor would focus on himself documenting his Asperger's. Okay. Idea two, looking at his great uncle with autism and somebody who's lived a life of it. Right, cool. I do think that one plays to your strengths more. I also really like the idea of you talking about you with your uncle, because he's somebody who's gone through that process. You're somebody who's at the beginning of that process, so we could still learn about you
Oh yeah, but whilst
Whilst-
great, yeah.
whilst learning about him. When you said your target audience was 16 to 25, I was thinking, well, how old's your great uncle?
66.
Right, if your uncle's 66, I don't know if a 16-year-old would sit and watch a 66-year-old talking about what he's done in his life.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think in my head I thought it was because like they would relate to like me trying to present. Like,
But I
the
think
message.
you being part of that process could make it suitable for a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Because a young person might want to know what someone's life with autism is like,
Yeah.
or Asperger's is like, or being on the spectrum. So if you were to able to harness the power of breaking stigmas or whatever about being on the spectrum, because we're all on the spectrum, and I think people are becoming more and more aware of that, but being able to show off your talents of conducting and communicating, because you're really, really good at that, but then pulling information out of, so it's all about pulling information out of your great uncle to learn that you can still have a really prosperous, vibrant, exciting life. It'd be really cool. I love the idea about the colour changes. I don't know how you're going to do that and how confident you are about doing that.
Oh, we'll see. I'll get around.
Right, get around to it.
Okay, yeah.
I just think there's a lot you can do there. Okay, there's a lot of research that can be done on idea 2.
Yeah.
Again, it's time. I could talk to you about it forever. I like the idea of visuals. I like the idea of getting something. You need to speak to make sure you can do this, by the way. Okay. Are we going for idea 2, everybody? Yeah. We could talk about it more. I will talk about it more. You're not getting these back because I want to make more notes.
Okay.
But well done.
Thank you.